Hey guys, Dave Santarelli here from the Santarelli Trading Exchange. Just wrapping up the day. It's about 5 p.m., 4:50 p.m. I just wanted to go over a few things, a day's recap. We'd like to start doing this daily. So I wanted to start off by Brazilian stocks. Sunday evening, I started going over this. I started doing live videos, sent out some alerts, made some posts. I said about the Brazilian election and that if Bolsonaro was elected, that the Brazilian markets were going to soar higher. He won the initial election, but since he didn't win by at least 50%, there has to be the second election. So that's going to be held October 28th. We've seen Brazilian stocks up today again over 3%, which was fantastic. So to highlight this right now, Brazilian stocks, ETFs, that's our main focus. That's a good long-term buy and hold. Financial sector obviously right now is really hot with the interest rates picking up. Banks are going to start reporting earnings this Friday with JP Morgan Chase set to report Friday before market open, and we'll see how they do. We ended up getting into a small little piggyback trade on Bank of America yesterday for the JP Morgan earnings trade, but that's aside the part there. Also today, we looked at HD. If you look at the chart on HD, you'll see we have a nice base here around 195 a share. And it's a prime candidate for a possible hook pattern. And as you can see here, we had a base, or a top, right around 210 a share just about, 7 trading days ago. So we were at 210, we dropped down to 195. We had a nice support area at 195. We held that support. We haven't sensed, if you look at the past 3 candles here, you can see that the body of those candles didn't go below each other. And that's a great sign of a bottom there and support. So 195 is our support. We also have a catalyst. You guys know about Hurricane Michael that's coming through the Gulf Coast of Florida here. Everyone's being evacuated. They're saying it's going to be a pretty massive hurricane. So we took advantage by buying some of the HD 195 strike calls for October 19th. And we have a strict target on this of 200 to 250 a share. We'll take our profits if the stock reaches that area. And we have a strict stop loss area below 195. So if the stock does close below 195, we'll exit the trade and we'll have a minimum loss of, I'd say, less than 10%. Because we have the October 19th in the money calls. So if we just drop that $1, it's really not going to do much. So it's a great risk reward type of trade. You're looking for that move, and the hurricane is the catalyst. The end of the sell-off possibly is a catalyst. So it's a nice entry and a nice risk reward type of trade. Okay, so that's Home Depot. Now, this morning, Walmart got upgraded to 110 or 115 a share. I forget what it was there, but 110 to 115 a share Walmart got upgraded to. And as you can see here on the Walmart chart, Walmart soared today, up a little over 2.5%, up around $2.50 for the day. So I sent out a trade alert to TSE members detailing either a Costco trade or a Walmart trade for the November 16th monthly expos. And I gave them a target, stop, and entry and exit areas on that. And if we look at Costco, if you can see Costco, we talked about this in yesterday's video. We see a nice possible hook pattern forming here. As you can see on the Costco chart here, we had a nice top of around 235 a share just about 4 or 5 days ago. And then we had a plummet down to 220 a share after its earnings. And hook patterns are best traded on an earnings event. So Costco, they didn't like their earnings and the stock plummeted. Okay, this is a prime candidate for a hook pattern. So we entered into some calls today on the confirmation, which is the green candle above the base of that 220 support that we were looking at. So we got that confirmation today. We entered into some calls for that, and we'll see if that does well. Simple strategy. Our stop loss is a close below the previous day's candle's body. Okay, low. So for example, on Costco, if we see a close below 219.42, that would be our exit point. Okay, now tomorrow we have the body of today. So tomorrow we might say 222.75, a close below that might be our stop. So as you see, as the stock climbs, we're moving our stop up. So we are protecting our profits, protecting our gains on a trade. So that's why we're using the candle method and using those stop losses with the candle. Because time has it, if you look at a climb, I mean, these are things we go over in the trade room all the time in class and videos. If you're looking at a climb, a wave higher on each of these charts, you'll notice one thing, and this is something that I teach and preach at TSE. The candles are always going higher. On a wave higher, a run higher, you're not seeing the body of that candle below the previous day's low. And that's a sign of a breakout momentum. And when you have that close below the previous day's low, that's a sign, a bearish sign, that the stock's probably going to head lower. So that's what we're looking for on a continuous basis at TSE in the trade room. We're sending out our alerts for. So that's Costco and Walmart there. Nice cyclical trend, a nice holiday trend play for a strong economy and a great market. Another thing I wanted to talk about, TruLeaf, the medical marijuana company here in Florida that just had its IPO back on September 28th, or September 25th, I'm sorry. It just had its IPO September 25th, and the stock has soared. It's up more than 50% since its IPO. It's doing fantastic. That's a long-term buy and hold. I could see that being $100 a share or higher in the next 24 months, especially as marijuana is legalized in each of the states here. You're seeing more and more of the medical marijuana companies actually being listed on the NYSE. Actually, one of our members in the trade room today actually discussed that as well. I forget the stock's name, but there was a medical marijuana company that just got listed on the NYSE, and we were talking about it because federally it's still illegal. So it's kind of weird how they're letting them be listed on the NYSE to the general public to invest in when it's federally, it's still illegal. That's why the medical marijuana companies, you're seeing most of them are pink sheets, OTCs, or they're on the Canadian exchanges. So that's something that kind of startled me a little bit today that I'd have to look more into. That could be a huge red sign, if the government wants to go after them since it's federally illegal, they could do that. That could hurt the company, hurt the stock. So that's something I would stay away from for right now, that stock that he listed. But TruLeaf, like I said, ticker symbol TCNNF. That's still, I love that stock. I love the company. Every time when I go down to International Drive, I'll pass by it, and I'll see a line of people there, and they're always busy. Actually, the CEO was on Mad Money last night with Jim Cramer, and if you're seeing that the company just had its IPO a week ago, and already they're pushing through the media, this is going to be a stock that people are going to get into, and it's probably going to head higher, in my opinion, anyway. All right, guys. So, and then we have some J&J trades that we went over in the trade room today. We went over some other stocks like Visa, AIG. You guys see the stocks on AIG. I posted on 10/2, October 2nd, I posted a chart on AIG. It was a channel range-bound trade chart pattern I posted. And I showed the area where it was going to bounce from, and it's done just that. If you guys see, and you'll see the comparison of the two where we said AIG on 10/2 and where it's at today. So like I said, financials are great long-term, and this is something we talked about in the trade room today, guys. You have to first decide what type of trader are you. Are you a day trader? Are you a swing trader? Are you a momentum trader? Are you a monthly expo type person? You're looking for one trade a month or a few trades on a monthly basis. You have to decide your commitment to wanting to spend on the computer. And what's nice about TSE, we have a large range of students, members. Some of them want to trade daily. Some of them, are at work and they just want that good trade that they like and they get the alert on. But like I said, you have to decide what type of trader you are. And then you have to pinpoint if you want to micromanage or macro manage your trades and charts. For example, AIG, if you're looking at it zoomed in, micromanaging it, you could take advantage of smaller trends, smaller moves. And if you're macro managing it, looking at the larger picture, less trades, less frequent, and, don't want to manage it as often, then you're looking at larger time frames and the larger type of chart pattern that you see there. So that's what I wanted to talk about there. Now, what's really important to decide what's going to happen the rest of this week, I want to show you guys DIA and QQQ. Just about every single day in the trade room, we go over diamond ETF Qs and we share what the market is looking like it's going to do. So first off, let's take a look at the Diamond ETF here. Here's a chart of the Diamond ETF, DIA. You can see every time it had a pullback, and it happens frequently. And on the chart here, I marked a pinkish line of where your stops would be. This is an area where the candle, the body of the candle has come to its lowest point, and then the next day you see a candle that's above that previous body's candle. Okay, and that's one sign that we're possibly having a reversal. So I marked that today on the Diamond chart. And what we're looking for now, tomorrow specifically, and this is what's important we have to watch for. If we have a candle, a close below this pink line right here that I have, that's a sign that the markets are heading lower. And it's very simple. We would know by tomorrow if that's going to happen. If we see a close below on Diamond, it would be 263.25. So if DIA is below 263.25, that's a sign tomorrow, if it closes below there, that markets are likely heading much lower. Okay, so I want to see that cross above that 20-day blue SMA here, and then us rise from that just like we've been doing here. You see the waves consolidation phases, and you're able to mimic it just about going back all the way to July. And it's been doing the same thing as you guys can see here. It has a run, consolidates, run, consolidate, run, consolidate, run, consolidate, run, consolidate, run, consolidate, run, and we just finished our consolidation phases from what this is telling me right now. So like I said, confirmation tomorrow will be if we get a DIA candle, a green candle, above today's high, and as long as we're not below today's low, that's great. And we should head higher. So that's what we're looking at, DIA. Now let's take a look at Qs. Qs is a little bit of a different story here. Tech's been having troubles. Q, we see it came down to 179 support. We have 180. If Q could break 180 this week and stay above there, then I may consider entering into some of the tech positions. But 180 right now is our key target that we have to see. If it struggles with that 179, 180 area, then tech could possibly see further selling pressure. And this is a news-driven market, guys. Whatever's going on in the news, it's reflecting in stocks. And you can tell that by just seeing, this is hedge funds, institutional funds that you'll see, because if the Dow drops, let's say Dow drops 0.1%, you'll see the stocks that are in the Dow also drop about 0.1% or whatever the move is. So that's a sign that it's larger institutionals trading. It's usually funds and whatnot like that. So like I said, it's important to watch DIA and QQQ, the specific levels I gave you. Tomorrow we'll see what happens with that. Like I said, it's a news-driven market, at least. As long as there's no bad news, I don't see why we would head any lower. We have a great economy, best in the world right now. And we are running strong into the holiday season here. So, like I said, top focus, Brazilian stocks, financial sector. We got some HD calls just for a base off support there at, what did I say, to 195. So we have 195 as base support on HD. We're looking for a little swing there, a hook pattern, possibly. We'll take profits around 200 to 202.50 a share with our calls. And like I said, guys, with the retail stocks, Costco, Walmart, start looking into, Under Armour, Nike, things like that for the holiday cyclical trend here. So other than that, guys, if you have any questions, just comment below and I'd be happy to answer. Alrighty, guys, have a great night. God bless and take care. If you guys like these videos, please give it a thumbs up, give it a like. We put a lot of time into these and the charts and making a program for our students here. So if you enjoy, please give it a like and comment below. And if you're not yet a member of TSE, you can sign up at thesantorelliexchange.com. Use promo code Brazil. Have a great night, guys. God bless. Bye-bye.